Hello students, I am Dhanashri Raut, Assistant Professor from Vidyavadini's College of Engineering and Technology. Today I am going to explain you topic NoSQL. In today's session of NoSQL, we are going to cover following topics. What is SQL? What is NoSQL? Then we are going to discuss some features related to NoSQL. What are the types or categories present inside the NoSQL? CAP theorem, and we will discuss some comparison points with respect to SQL and NoSQL. So first I will explain you what is SQL. SQL is a standard language which stands for Structured Query Language. SQL is the core of relational database and it is used for accessing and managing the database. So this language is basically helps you to retrieve the data from a database whose structure is completely made up of tables with rows and columns, and these tables are interlinked with each other with specific values which can be retrieved from these tables with the help of queries as it is. So you can see on the screen over here, we are trying to retrieve the student ID and student name from the student table. So if you observe the query, you can clearly see that query has SQL syntax or keywords and also has few parameters which indicates what data has to be retrieved. So if you observe the query, you can clearly see that query has the SQL syntax keywords. So basically the select and from are the SQL syntax keywords, and the student ID and student name and student are the few parameters which indicate what data has to be retrieved from where. So I hope this point is clear to you. Now SQL also enables you to maintain some relationships between the tables. Now this would be either one-to-one relationship, one-to-many relationship, many-to-many, or self-referencing relationship. Now why do one relationship is when a single row in a table is related to a single row in a table. So whereas a single row I basically means a record. So each record and table is related to a single unique record in that table. Now similarly, one-to-many relationship is when a single table A is related to many rows in a table P. By that I mean that one unique record from table A can be related to n number of records in table P. Now similarly, coming to many relationship, the many to many relationship is when many rows in a table A can be related to many rows in T will be, and finally the self-referencing relationship is when records in a table A are related to the some table itself. So that's when we use a self-referencing relationship. So students, these were the various types of relationship also available in SQL. Now if I want to summarize the SQL for you, then SQL is a language which helps you to retrieve and manipulate data from well structured databases with the help of queries and commands such as insert, update and delete, and also maintain the relationship present between the tables in a database. So students, I hope you have understood what SQL is now. Let's just understand what is NoSQL. NoSQLs are most commonly known as not only SQL database that provides a mechanism for storage and retrieval of data, and it's the next generation database. This kind of database has no specific schema. It does not have tables with rows and columns data values, but can definitely handle large amount of data. Now most interesting part of NoSQL is that this kind of databases does not have to use the same schema for the presence of multiple documents in one collection, since NoSQL has dynamic schema. That means that multiple documents can be present in a single collection, and also each collection have different document. So you can have a document in the collection which has both student ID and student name, and also you can have a document in the same collection which do not have ID and just the name. So that's how students you can understand with the connection and documents in the NoSQL database. Now we will consider one example on this. We have an employee database which has two collections, that is the employee and the another one is projects. Now each of these collections have documents which are basically the data values. So if we just want to understand these terms, then we can consider the collections to be tables and documents to be the fields in the table. So if we compare the SQL and NoSQL database, for example, let's just say we have an employee database where there is a employee table with around 10 columns, that is basically 10 fields. Now in the NoSQL database, what will happen is the employee table itself will be taken as a collection and each of these fields will be considered as documents. Now we will see some features related to NoSQL. There is no specific query language present in NoSQL. So basically the language that you use to retrieve data is completely infrastructure based. That is basically how you store your data and where you stored your data. Lastly, there are no or very few relationship present in NoSQL databases, as you do not have predefined schema, but you do have dynamic schema in which we can put all the required information in a collection. When you have a dynamic schema and you have the option of putting all the required information in a single collection, and the connection can differ in the same schema itself, you actually do not need any relationship to be present, right? So that students, NoSQL does not have or has very few relationships. So students, if I just have to summarize NoSQL for you, then NoSQL is a type of database which do not have predefined schema, a query language, and has no tables. It follows a method of storing data in dynamic schema with less or relationships and can handle homogeneous amount of data. So now you know what SQL is and what NoSQL. Now let's see another concept. Now we will see types of non-SQL database. So there are total 4 types of non-SQL databases present. Starting with the first one, key value pair based, column based, document orientation, and graph based. Now one by one I am going to explain you the categories of the non-SQL database. Starting with the first one, document database. It pairs each key with complex data structure known as a document. It can contain many different key value pairs or key array pairs or even nested documents. Now the second category of non-SQL database is key value stores. These are nothing but the simplest non-SQL database. Every single item which is present inside the database is stored as an attribute name or a key together with its value. Now the third type is graph store. They are used to store information about the network, such as social connections, and this includes Neo4j and HyperGraphDB. And last type of this category is wide column stored. Wide column stores such as Cassandra and HBase, which are optimized for queries over the large data sets and stores the columns of data together instead of rows. So SQL database stores the data in the form of tables, but the non-SQL database stores the data in the form of key value pair, document based, graph database, and wide column stored based. Now we will see the CAP theorem, but before that we will see base properties of SQL database. SQL database is emphasis on the ACID properties, that is atomicity, consistency, isolation and durability, whereas non-SQL database follows the CAP theorem, that is consistency, availability and partition tolerance. Now let me explain you each term, starting with the ACID properties first. ACID properties mainly stands for atomicity, consistency, isolation and durability. So now atomicity basically refers to the transaction that are completely done for failed, where transaction refers to a single logical operation of data. This basically means that even if one part of transaction fails, the entire transaction fails and the database state is left unchanged. Coming to the consistency, ensure that data must be meet all the validation rules. In the simple words, we can say that transaction never leaves the database without completely completing its state. Coming to the isolation, the main goal for isolation is basically the concurrency control. And finally, durability means that if a transaction has been committed, it will occur whatever may come in between, such as power loss, crash or any sort of error. So student, this is related to the ACID properties, that is atomicity, consistency, isolation and durability. Coming to the CAP theorem was proposed by Eric Alan Brewer in 2000. That's why it is stated as, or in other words, we can this called as this theorem as Eric Brewer's theorem. It states that we can only achieve at most 2 out of 3 guarantees for a database, that is basically the consistency, availability and partition tolerance. So here consistency means that all the nodes in the network see the same data at the same time, or the reader gets most recently written data. Coming to the availability, availability is a guarantee that every request receives a response about whether it is successful or fail, and the more number of users of a system can create to a better is the availability. Coming to the partition tolerance, the partition tolerance is a guarantee that the system continues to operate despite arbitrary message loss or failure of any part of the system. In other words, we can say that even if there is a network outage in the data and some of the computers are unreachable till the system continues to the perform. Now, out of this, 3 guarantees that it is the consistency, availability and partition tolerance. No system can provide more than 2 guarantees. Now, since in the case of distributed system, the partition of network is must, the trade-off is always between the consistency and the availability. So, students, you can just understand that NoSQL cannot provide consistency and high availability together. So here we can say that NoSQL is based on the CAP theorem. Now we'll discuss difference between SQL and NoSQL. Let's start with the first comparison factor, that is type of database. In SQL, it is essentially called as a relational database and it is organized structured data fields into desired columns. So database can have n number of tables and each table have n numbers of columns with data stored in it. So each table can be related to the other tables also. So if we have 10 tables, then those 10 tables can have around 2 to 3 columns, or you can say that more than that columns in each table, and all these 10 tables can be related to each other. So coming to the NoSQL, NoSQL is a non-relational database which provides a mechanism for storage and retrieval of data in the NoSQL database. Data is modeled in the form of collections and hence it tries to avoid relations. So SQL is relational database and NoSQL is non-relational database or distributed database. So next point is basis on the schema. SQL needs a predefined schema for structured database. So before we start using SQL to extract and manipulate data, we need to make sure that our data is predefined in the form of tables. Coming to NoSQL, NoSQL databases have dynamic schema for constructed data. So if we are using the NoSQL database, then there is no predefined schema present and the complete schema of your data is completely depends on how we wish to store the data, that is which fields, that is basically which documents that we wish to store in which collections and how you wish to store that particular. So in SQL has predefined schema and in the NoSQL has a dynamic schema. Now we will consider the third point is database categories. In SQL database, basically the table is based on the databases. So as I explained in the previous factors, the SQL database can have n number of tables related to each of them, and each table can have n number of rows and columns storing data in each cell of data. Now similarly in NoSQL database have main four categories, that is document based, key value stores, graph stores and wide column stores. So SQL database is basically represent data in the form of tables and NoSQL database are collection of the key value pair, document based, graph based and wide column basis. So do not have the standard schema definition which it needs to stick. Now the next category is complex queries. SQL is good fit for complex query as SQL database is structured and has proper table. So we can make use of that nested queries in SQL. Now if we consider NoSQL databases, they are not good for complex queries as they don't have standard interfaces to perform complex queries, and queries cells in the NoSQL are not as powerful as the SQL query language. So this is the basically because they are not have the specific language, and the language in which they are written is completely based on the database infrastructure or schema. Now the next point is hierarchical data storage. So SQL databases are not best fit for hierarchical data storage. Now this is because as the number of tables increase is the complexity of relating them to each other, and it also keeps increasing. Now in such a scenario we cannot relate numerous amount of tables with n number of columns to each other, but coming to the non-SQL database, they fits better for hierarchical data storage. It follows the key value pair of storing data similar to the Chazin data. Now NoSQL databases are also highly preferred, and best example for this is HBase. So basically HBase is used for this purpose. Now the next point of comparison is scalability. We can load balance this database by optimizing our hardware requirements such as increasing CPU, RAM etc. on a single server. On the other hand, in the non-SQL databases, it is horizontally scalable, and we can do load balancing by adding more servers to your cluster. So that is, with the help of these servers we can handle large traffic. So on the node of scalability, SQL is vertically scalable and non-SQL is having horizontal scalable. Now next point of comparison is language. SQL database have a specific language and it does not vary from database to database. So basically SQL database uses structured query language for defining and manipulating the data, which is very powerful. And coming to NoSQL database, it is not having any specific language and it varies from database to database. In NoSQL database, the queries are focused on the collection of documents, and the language used in NoSQL is also called as unstructured query language. Now the next point of comparison is, next and the last point of comparison is online processing. In SQL databases are best fit for heavy duty transaction type application as it more stable and promises the atomicity as well as the integrity of the data. While we can definitely use NoSQL for transaction purpose, yet it is not still compatible and stable enough and high load for complex transactional applications. So students, you can understand by this that SQL is mainly used for OLTP, that is nothing but online transactional processing, and NoSQL is mainly used for OLAP, stands for online analytical processing. Now we will see some examples on SQL and SQL. So if we consider the examples, Oracle, MySQL, SQL Server, SQLite are nothing but the examples, are the some examples of SQL, and MongoDB, Cassandra, HBase are some examples related to NoSQL.